So go back, way back as a child. What was fun? What was pleasure? What was the feeling, the sensation of not even enjoyment, pleasure? What was it for you that created that sensation? If it was there. Okay, so they're saying maybe pleasure would be being by yourself because nobody could tell you what to do and you could just play in a tree and watch the leaves and the sun filter through them. And that translates to today, that when you're by yourself, that signifies pleasure, but it's already an adaptation. You might enjoy being by yourself because of the conditioning and what that means. Or maybe the total opposite. When you were left by yourself and it felt lonely, do you now need people to feel pleasure? So, is it something that's allowed in your consciousness? Just wait a little bit. You might immediately answer, yes, of course. But do I allow myself pleasure? Or is it one chore and on to the next? Or is it, and of course, everyone's pleasure is a different thing. Someone's pleasure might be someone's torture. But for you, are you a friend to pleasure? But ask yourself, what is it for you? It could be a state of relaxation or a feeling of accomplishment or knowing that you're loved. And find that moment, find that feeling. Do you feel that pleasure and how often do you feel it? Oh, this is my personal thing. I don't particularly like massages. And that could be because it feels like a waste of time or it's not doing anything or it's not therapeutic. Or is it that I don't allow myself the time to experience the joy, the pleasure, the experience of a massage? Is there something that is boycotting the experience? So where do you hold back on pleasure? So imagine your pleasure state. For me, it would be maybe something like a wonderful temperature, not too hot, not too cold, just right. Soft breeze on the skin, sun on the skin, next to the maybe an ocean, not a very aggressive one, so you hear the waves coming in. And so imagine that situation. And can you stay there? Or is there something in you that wants to go walking or solve a problem? Do you allow yourself? And even in the sayings, it's like, it's my guilty pleasure. Do I feel guilty, obligated to do something else? Really dive deep and question yourself about the state of pleasure. So satisfaction and pleasure are different. So let's say the satisfaction of a job well done is not the pleasure of a job well done. So satisfaction is more a mind game, and the pleasure of having it done it is a physical thing. So pleasure is very tactile, let's say. It feels like a very body oriented function. Okay. Go even deeper. Even if you get confused, allow your investigation to Go deeper and deeper. And am I confusing pleasure with a type of repetitive behavior, or let's say an addiction? So I'm seeing someone, let's say, running, and they love to run. But is that running a mental decision? Is it something that I do to take the stress out of my body, or is it really my pleasure? It can be either, it can be both. I'm not saying one is. The questioning inside of you opens up the pathways for the transmission. All those pathways you've opened up where, with loving inquiry, just no judgment, and allow your consciousness to heal the issue of pleasure. Any adaptation, any compensation, any contract, anything that is restricting your pleasure. Allow the concept of pleasure to be organized, cleaned. Let it be new to your consciousness. And again, let's say going to a gym and doing a good workout might give you enjoyment, but is that pleasure? Again, it might give you satisfaction. So just, where does pleasure come from in me? Is it about not doing anything and just experiencing it? Or can I be doing something and feel pleasure at the same time? So clear the pathways. And then quantum consciousness. Is there anything in your consciousness that is holding back, restricting pleasure, not allowing you to experience it, have it, know what it is? So take your awareness to your crown chakra. Just notice how it is. And if you, as if it were a tincture, you could drop a couple of drops of pleasure in the crown chakra, how would that change? Rather than think it, try and feel it. My crown chakra could be in a state of pleasure, connecting to the spiritual world instead of striving, achieving, doing, behaving. What if it could just experience it, everything from pleasure? The pleasure of feeling connected. Yeah. And the same goes for the third eye. Imagine the thinking, seeing, experiencing the third eye from a place of pleasure, as if you were putting some drops of tincture there and essence. Instead of suffering the overthinking. What if you could enjoy the way your mind thinks? Enjoy what you see, enjoy your creative mind. Feel pleasure. In the throat, a couple of drops of pleasure tincture into the throat. What would it feel like? Let's say singing, if it creates pleasure, rather than judgment, whether it's good or bad, can it allow you to experience pleasure? There we go, in the throat and the heart chakra. What does your face look like when you experience pleasure? And can you translate that to your heart chakra? What does pleasure look like, feel like? Now your solar plexus. Maybe it's a place of stress or anxiety. And imagine that solar plexus with a couple of drops, the essence of pleasure. What would that feel like? What would that look like? And there's a question, it's like, can I allow myself to be pleased, to feel pleasure if someone else is suffering? Second chakra, imagine those drops, tinctures. And here, of course, would be the pleasure of intimacy, not necessarily only uh, sex, but it could be that pleasure of a massage or the feeling of the body. And if there is an issue, can we reset it? And base chakra, the pleasure of being alive. Is it a pleasure or is it a struggle? There you go. And now revisit the sensation of pleasure. There could also be delight. Is there delight in your consciousness? And then the question, could there be more? Imagine every cell in your body being delighted, having the ability of pleasure. And use your imagination to feel it. to imagine it, to allow it to be a thing. And let it expand. And imagine having that as a perfume, as an aura around you, this ability to be delighted, to be in a state of pleasure. As your baseline. This is you, this is your essence. So even if something in life is going on, can I remember that a part of me is always in a state of pleasure, delight, in the light, growing. Very good. Okay. Deep breath in